Hello, Pipers. Well, that was just messed up. So here I am. Hang on. I remember what this pipe is. A Molina Pisa. I thought it was a Mona Lisa. A Molina Pisa pipe. So let me just light this up. Fragments of different tobaccos poured into the bottom of my tobacco jar. There is actually a little bit of Penzance in there. So I'm a bit of a night owl, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden the doorbell goes off, and it stays pressed. And recently, about let me see, 3-4 weeks ago, I had the police over here, and I had to file a hate crime report, and I have 6 months to file to prosecute with charges, criminal charges. It was someone that was a friend of mine, in quotes, and kind of a drinking buddy, and I put up some boundaries and couldn't really hang out anymore, and the person just turned toxic, and there was an earlier police report that night where they started harassing a couple of people on the street. And then I got all this like hate crime stuff in text messages and threats, and it was really heavy duty stuff, or I wouldn't have involved the police. And they were very concerned, and as far as I know, they followed up with there's a certain type of mental health thing in town. So anyway, what am I getting at? So the doorbell rang 1 o'clock in the morning. There's no one there, and it's like continually pressed in. So of course I've got some firearms training. So I have my I got my pistol out of my lock safe. It's already locked, chambered, loaded. Put it in my belt, turned the lights off, and got a flashlight. And no one's around. So it was either someone fucking with me, which I don't think. Actually, I believe it was just this old doorbell that was shorted out. So I unscrewed it, taped off the wires, and taped it into the door frame. But that was really kind of weird and a little bit scary at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I decided to post a little video about it anyway, as I was having this pipe, and I see I've got a bunch of messages, and coincidentally from Smurfinelli, all sorts of conspiracy theory stuff about Masonic symbolism in society. Which, I will say, is actually prevalent once you start looking for it and seeing it. But I ain't no conspiracy theorist. What? Anyway, so that was weird. I'm up. It's late. That was kind of crazy. Luckily, there was no drama or anything. I'm in a nice kind of community, and but that was just freaked me out a little bit, to be honest. So anyway, if there's any other night owls, hope you're having a good evening without any crazy doorbell ringing and stuff like that. And if you're having a pipe, enjoy it. Hope it's an enjoyable sweet smoke. I do have a bunch of web browsers open to make an order from, let me see, what do I have open? I've got smokingpipes.com, pipesandcigars.com. Oh, it's gone. Where is it? And it's interesting that there's some people that I follow that delete their channels, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in upcoming videos in the very near future, because I have been tempted to delete my channel. And I know some of you guys will be sad to hear that, but I haven't yet. And but one guy was, I believe he was in Germany, and he was smoking this really beautiful and very nice, and he said it was a nice smoky mortar pipe, and that was one of the reasons why I bought my Moretti mortar pipe. And he was smoking this tobacco called Fayyum Kake by, let me see who it's by. So you've got to order it, I believe, from a European or German tobacconist. HU is the company, Fayyum Kake, Fayyum, and he raved about that tobacco. Gets 4 stars on tobaccoreviews.com. I believe there's 2 types. One is like pre-rubbed, and the one that he had was a plug. And let me see, that is Hans Wiedemann, blended by, like now I can picture his voice, blended by Hans Wiedemann. Anyway, that's my best German accent. Kohlhaas and Kopp, and it's a Balkan blend. Balkan, let me see, contents: Black Cavendish, Kentucky, Latakia, and Virginia. And I'm just so tempted to try that, to be honest. So I might actually see about ordering some of that. Jesus, that was weird. Excuse me for taking the Lord's name in vain. But that was a weird incident this evening, but thankfully a non-incident. Non-incidents are good. Anyway, 6 minutes. I think that's about good for this little video update, as I'm doing video updates. And hopefully at some point in the future you'll get a better quality video coming in. It was nice to get some feedback. I will reply over the next couple of days to the nice comments I got in my last video. I showed a friend some of my pipes. This friend is rather, I should say, somewhere on the border between being a millennial and whatever the new generation is. And he was like, why you should smoke, you should have a Gandalf pipe. And so I pulled out the church warden and I said, like, well, this is as close as I have to a Gandalf pipe, although, like, you know, Gandalf's is a long wood stem, you know. And he was like, why wouldn't you smoke that all? Why wouldn't you? It was so funny. Why wouldn't you smoke that all the time? If you have a pipe that's like a Gandalf pipe, sorry, for those that are into Lord of the Rings and all that, why wouldn't you smoke it all of the time? So anyway, why wouldn't you smoke a Gandalf pipe all the time? I like a freehand pipe, to be honest. I love my, I really do like my Jake Hackett short smokes. Makes me really want to buy a regular size Jake Hackett. And this, like a freehand pipe, this is a cheap pipe, to be honest. I can tell the wood's not great. It's not very porous. It gets wet too easily, rather, meaning the smoke gets soured kind of quickly. And it's heavy. You know, good quality cured briar pipe wouldn't be as heavy as this. But this was cheap. It was pretty cheap. So it'd be nice to have a pipe like this sort of size, this sort of feel, of good quality briar that's always going to get great dry smokes. If anyone can recommend one, let the piper know. By the way, my name's Justin, so, like, you know, you don't need to call me the piper if you're replying videos. As we're getting to know each other, have a good evening, guys. Catch you later.